This is Crazy John. I'm here at the Comedy Zone with Rob Anderson, the feature comedian for the night.
Hey, everybody, how you doing?
Maybe, Rob, you could tell us how long you've been doing comedy, where you're from, and what got you started.
Okay, I've been doing comedy about 5 years. Where I'm from a little town in Arkansas that nobody's ever heard of, and I had to get the fuck out of there. Can I say fuck?
You can say whatever you want.
Well, I said fuck, so fuck it. And I got started, weird way I got started. I originally was a death metal musician and played in death metal bands for years, and it never really went anywhere for me. And just one day I was in a studio and the power went out, and I picked up a guitar and started playing like a fuck off song about like gay firefighters and shit. And because they're a real American hero. And somebody said, hey, that's kind of funny, you should come and record that. And I was like, whatever, And I got a call about 2 weeks later from some guy in Houston, Texas, wanted me to come down to his studio and record an album. I was like, awesome, great, my band's finally getting signed. He's like, no, I want you to do that funny shit. I was like, fuck that. But it got me thinking, maybe I should try it. And sure enough, I tried open mic. After like my third open mic, a nationally touring headliner saw me, took me on the road, opened for him for about a year. After that, I moved to Knoxville, Tennessee, was the house MC for a year there, and then after that went straight into featuring full time.
So did you ever record that funny song?
Fuck no.
You never know, that could have been a big hit for you.
It wasn't going to be a hit.
I'll tell you, funny thing I find out, about 80 to 90% of the comics I interview used to be musicians.
Yeah, it's weird. And like we all have like this secret Jones to still be a musician. And like some comedians are actually really talented musicians. And the weird thing is like when you meet a musician, they all have like a secret Jones to be a comedian, and not a one of them's funny. Not a one of them can tell a joke to save their life.
I agree with that. I mostly play bass myself, and it's weird because you have to rely on other people. And I want to practice to be a better guitar player so I can just get out there and do it myself. But it's finding the time and stuff to get better is rough.
It can be intense. It can be intense. I mean, like I saw. I don't know if you ever saw this. It was shortly like aired like twice. When they roasted Carson Daly on MTV.
Okay.
Because it's like when Comedy Central was doing all their roasts, like every year they had a new roast, and it was getting popular. Well, they tried to do it with musicians, so they'd have like a comedian come on, like Sarah Silverman, go up and just rip the crowd, just totally destroy it, and then like have like Nelly come up and like tell a joke and be like, "Come on, motherfuckers, laugh! I got a teardrop under this bandana, laugh!"
Just doesn't work, does it?
Doesn't, yeah.
Or when they make fun of the musicians, it doesn't seem sometimes like the musicians even care.
Yeah. And well, the funny thing is like the musicians have such a bad sense of humor. Like they're like when Jimmy Kimmel's ripping on some other comedian, makes fun of Arthur for having a dick or something. It's like it's laughs, and then like he makes fun of like 50 Cent, and he's just sitting there like this bullshit. Get that fucking dog puppet out of my face. I'll kill it.
So now let's ask you two questions. Who was your comic influence, and who was your music influence? How's that?
Let's start with music influences. I was heavily influenced by like all kinds of just great death metal bands out of the 90s and 2000s. Favorite band of all time is still Opeth. Really great death metal band. If you're into that kind of stuff, check them out. Even old 90s stuff, like Carcass. Some of their albums were really great. And as far as like comedy-wise, I guess when I first started, I wanted to be like the next Mitch Hedberg or Bill Hicks. But then after that, I was like, I figured out, hey, maybe I want to be myself. But I would say the best comic that I love listening to the most right now is Doug Stanhope. Definitely, if you have a chance to check out his stuff, he's really great. He's really pushing the edge of comedy.
So if people wanted to find out more about Rob Anderson, where would they do that?
They could go to MySpace, www.myspace.com/RMA-comic. That's the letters RMA comic. It's kind of a pun, but it's also my initials. Stupid pun. And check that out. And I do have a Facebook, but I actually just do that for me, But if you want to check out where I'm going to be and catch some of my clips, just check out the MySpace.
The MySpace?
Page. Yeah.
Now,
or you can just do a Google search, Rob Anderson and comedian, and it'll take you straight to that.
Usually I ask comedians what advice they have for upcoming comedians, but maybe I'll ask you what advice do you have for musicians that want to become comedians?
No. The great thing about comedy is unlike music, I don't have to split my check with 4 other people, but at the same time I don't get to split the drive either. And comedy, it's a different creature. I mean, like you said when you're talking about learning how to play guitar and just getting out there, you have no safety net in comedy. With music, you can screw up and the drummer's going to carry you through, the other members of the band are going to carry you through, and you're not on stage alone. With comedy, you're up there by yourself, it's all on you, buddy. And so, if you're people ask me all the time, it's like, how can I do comedy? I was like, are you good at public speaking? Can you get up and stay in front of people and talk? If you can do that, I think you can at least make an attempt at comedy. If you can't do that, then I wouldn't suggest it.
Well, I'll tell you, thanks, Rob, and hope to see you a lot in the future. A lot of great things hopefully come from you, and have people check out your MySpace and find out where you are and get to see you.
The chops. I'm like the Glenn Dangs of comedy, man. Just, you know.
Hey, you gotta try different things. You don't want to look like everybody else.
No, you don't. Yeah. All right. Well,
But thanks a lot, guy. You have a good one.
All right.